There's plenty of drama and action on Netflix, but sometimes you just want to be taken somewhere far, far away. Science fiction and fantasy allows you to dream of distant worlds and classic villains, all from the comfort of your living room. Let's take a look at 10 of the best science fiction and fantasy titles on Netflix for September 2018. At once a science fiction drama and a social satire, Peter Weir's brilliant The Truman Show follows the life of Truman Burbank, an unassuming man who lives in the fictional town of Sea Haven Island. Without his knowledge or consent, Truman's entire life has been built by Christoph, the producer and creator of The Truman Show. Everyone Truman knows, from his wife to his best friends, are actors participating in the biggest reality series of all time. Now in his 30s, Truman begins to notice oddities occurring in his life, prompting him to finally realize who he truly is.
That one's for free.
Starring a young Jake Gyllenhaal, Donnie Darko is a twisted science fiction classic from director Richard Kelly, following the titular character as he begins to hallucinate while sleepwalking. Set during the 1988 election, Donnie Darko is eerie, mysterious, and filled with heavy amounts of symbolism and foreshadowing. The film flopped at the box office upon release, but has developed a major cult following. From Bong Joon-ho, director of Snowpiercer, Mother, and The Host, comes the Netflix original film Okja. Like Snowpiercer, Okja uses its setting and plot as a major metaphor for a lesson concerning factory farming and the concept of environmentalism. Okja follows young Mija and her animal friend Okja. When Okja is taken to New York by a major corporation, Mija must head out on a rescue mission to save her best friend. It's fair to say that the newest film in the Star Wars series was divisive, but we rather enjoyed the newest adventures of Rey, Finn, Poe, Luke, and Leia. The Last Jedi picks up following the conclusion of The Force Awakens, in which Rey is gone to train under Luke Skywalker. Meanwhile, the Resistance attempts to escape from the clutches of the First Order. If The Last Jedi isn't for you, you might also enjoy Rogue One, a more standalone story in Star Wars that takes place prior to A New Hope. "1993 is often considered the best year of Steven Spielberg's career, and it's easy to see why. In June, he released Jurassic Park, a whimsical action-adventure film in which archaeologists Dr. Alan Grant and Dr. Ellie Sattler travel to Isla Nublar, invited by billionaire John Hammond to see his latest discovery. When they arrive on the island, accompanied by Dr. Ian Malcolm, the trio are shocked to find the island filled with real, living dinosaurs, brought back to life using science paid for by Hammond. While Hammond is convinced his island is safe and hopes to open a theme park on the resort, his assumptions couldn't be farther from the truth. The first two Thor movies weren't our favorites in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but Thor Ragnarok is a huge step in the right direction. One part comic book, one part comedy, Ragnarok sees Thor faced with threats towards his homeland of Asgard when his sister Hela arrives to claim her right to the throne. Visually stunning, hilarious in parts, and featuring some stellar performances from the supporting cast, Thor Ragnarok is a great comic book epic. In Ex Machina, screenwriter Alex Garland's directorial debut, programmer Caleb Smith manages to win a paid trip to meet the mysterious, isolated CEO of his employer, Nathan Bateman. Caleb arrives on Nathan's private island only to learn that he lives alone with the exception of Kyoko, a robot powered by artificial intelligence. Things get complicated when Caleb meets Ava, a more powerful robot that has passed a Turing test and can convincingly pass as human. Moon stars Sam Rockwell as Sam Bell, an employee for Lunar Industries who resides alone in a factory on the moon. Though the factory is almost entirely automated, Sam resides as the single human to ensure operations maintain at their standard pace. 2 weeks before the end of his 3-year contract, Sam falls unconscious after an accident involving his lunar rover. He awakens in the factory unharmed, but finds his doppelganger still passed out in the rover, leading to questions surrounding his employer. One of the best films of 2013, Spike Jonze's Her is a must-watch film. Set in a near-future Los Angeles, Her follows Theodore Twombly, a lonely introvert who is currently going through a tough divorce. Unhappy, he purchases a smart operating system upgrade for his computer, designed with artificial intelligence and able to adapt and evolve. As Theodore begins bonding with the software, he learns to grow and adapt as a person himself. Peter Jackson's first entry into the now legendary Lord of the Rings trilogy is 2001's Fellowship of the Ring. The film follows young Frodo Baggins, a hobbit who lives in the Shire, spending his days peacefully residing in the town. When adventure calls for him, he's sent by his uncle Bilbo and the wizard Gandalf the Grey to destroy the One Ring in the fires of Mount Doom. Along the way, he'll meet new allies and battle against dangerous foes and powerful forces beyond his wildest dreams. That wraps up our list of the best science fiction and fantasy on Netflix this month. Make sure to check out these other videos you might like, and subscribe to Tech Junkie for brand new videos every day.